Oop, let me adjust here. Trying to be a good radio dude here. How is everyone today? A little impromptu live stream, if you will, to you fine folks, because I have a little hour or so here before the kiddos arrive from school. I had a coaching client reschedule on me, so here we are. I get to be with you lovely people here today, or whoever it is that is joining me. I hope this is working properly. This is my first time trying something where I am simul streaming, casting, whatever you call it, to two different YouTube accounts. Let me pause the upload here. I'm sending this to, hopefully, if this works, the Dad Starting Over YouTube channel, as well as the Help for Men YouTube channel. For those that are watching this either live or on the replay, yes, there is both a Dad Starting Over and Help for Men YouTube channel. The Help for Men YouTube channel is relatively new, and that was started just to focus solely on interviews with important people talking about men's related issues. So we've had Dr. Orion Taraban, Dr. Robert Glover, Dr. Samantha Rodman Whiten, pardon me, who else we had on there? Michelle Langley, the author of Women's Infidelity Part 1 and 2, she was on there. She never does interviews, so that was actually a big get. And that's been one of our most popular videos in no amount of time. We've got 10,000 plus views on that sucker and all kinds of new subscribers. So thank you to Michelle Langley, if she happens to be watching this later, for doing that. And check that out on the Help for Men YouTube channel. And anybody that's on the Help for Men YouTube channel that is watching this, hey, howdy, I'm Ralph. I also do content under the brand name of Dad Starting Over. Do search for Dad Starting Over throughout social media and you will find me. My big, beautiful bald head yapping incessantly about all things and sound like a big blowhard know-it-all. That's me. But for those of you joining me here today, let me bring up the chat so I can make sure I'm not missing any messages. Guys, if you could, let me know where you are joining me from. Would love to hear it. Whereabouts in the world, I mean, because we've had people from all over the US, Norway, UK, Australia, everywhere in between on these. So it's always interesting to see where everybody is from. My eyeballs have been bothering the heck out of me lately. I don't know if it's got a little bit of shine going on there. I don't know if it's allergies or what it is, but I got the old glasses on because my eyeballs irritating me. Had a live stream with Dr. Glover yesterday on the Dad Starting Over channel. If you happen to catch that, I will be reposting it as an edited, good, high quality replay on the YouTube channel, as well as Facebook for Dad Starting Over. So check it out there. But yesterday, my eyeballs were bothering the hell out of me during our chat. If you notice me just fiddling with my left contact, I don't know what it is. The contacts aren't quite fitting me right. Plus the allergies, not good. So if you see me, it looks like I'm tearing up or whatever. It ain't you. It ain't the content. It's my eyeballs. Sorry. So welcome everybody. Another bit of housekeeping to straighten out here is that Dad Starting Over. I've been doing a lot of content under that brand name for years and years now. We are part of a larger organization called Help for Men, of which I'm the head of that as well. You can learn more at helpformen.com. Go to helpformen.com. I will put it here in the chat for those of you joining us live here today. Actually, hold on. There we go. There's the chat. All right. Helpformen.com. And if you want to join our private community that we have within Help for Men, private community, support community just for men. You can get on there on live discussion forums that are very active. You can join in live Zoom meetings, of which we have many of those every single week. We record all the Zoom meetings. We post them for our members to listen back to. Think of it like a podcast for members only. We have over 1,200 hours of those meetings recorded and cataloged for guys to listen to. They can even listen to them via their phone. And like I said, the discussion forums that are extremely active on there, we utilize Facebook private message or private discussion group, of which nobody knows that you're a part of. No one can see what you're typing in there, so don't worry about that. We also use Discord, and then we have the live Zoom meetings, and then we do get together in person. We're having our 5th annual conference coming up in the United States here in a few weeks in Charleston, South Carolina. Already all sold out. Sorry, guys, but we are planning 2026 already, and we already have a whole bunch of guys that have signed up for that. Go to brofest2026.com. That's what we call our annual gathering, Brofest in the States, that is. We have another one called MateFest in Australia. You get the pun there. But brofest2026.com, check it out. We're going to have Dr. Robert Glover is going to join us, author of No More Mr. Nice Guy. He will hang out for the weekend. Lauren the Dadvocate. You guys know Lauren the Dadvocate. She's going to join us for the weekend as well. How cool is that? We have another gentleman who's going to put on a presentation. His name is Adam Nissenson. He is the Betrayal Shrink. You can learn more at betrayalshrink.com. He's going to talk to us about guys who've been cheated on and having to deal with all the trauma of that. And as well as sex addiction is one of his specialties. So it'll be interesting to hear from Adam and what he has to say on the matter. And myself, I'll be there, as well as all the other guys on our team. So check it out, brofest2026.com. Would love for you to join us. A lot of spots left. We will be in Louisville, Kentucky. Lots of cool stuff to do there, in addition to the presentations and workshops and everything else for the couple days. So check it out, brofest2026.com. One thing that has come up here recently that I thought I would blab a little bit, and guys, if you would be so kind, if you're watching this, give me a like, give me a subscribe or follow wherever you're watching this. Share this live stream. Those are things that tell the social media platform wherever you're watching this that, hey, this guy's good. We should share his stuff. More people should see this. So if you could like and share and subscribe, follow, man, that would be a big help. But at any point, ask me a question. It will show up on my little sidebar here for the chat. I would love to hear from you guys, where you're from, and if you got any questions or comments or anything else. But one issue that comes up quite a bit in my material and other people's material, and I haven't seen it kind of succinctly summarized, if you will, or put into 12-year-old terms as I say it. Explain it like a 12-year-old could understand it. And I apologize, guys. My phone is buzzing off the hook. Do they even say that these days? But you know what I mean. Got a lot of people texting me. And, oh man, hold on just one moment. My son, my oldest son, who's graduating. Yeah, I got to get out of here by a certain time, guys, so I don't have much time today, it looks like. Yes, hot texting action here, folks. And then we got the wife. All right, cool. Put that up for now. Okay, so back to the topic at hand. This is a topic that I see addressed by a lot of people in video format articles and so forth, but no one ever gets to the meat of the issue here, as far as I can tell. This is my perspective on this. My perspective as a dude who has worked one-on-one and in group work with a lot of dudes for a decade plus, so take it for what it's worth. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not an ist of any kind. No degrees, certifications, anything, okay? Average dude who happens to work with a lot of guys one-on-one and a lot of mentorship, if you will. So, the big question is, does a woman need emotional connection, is the term often used. Does a woman need an emotional connection with a man in order to have sexual relations with him? If you look at the comments on my videos and posts and so forth, a lot of women say this over and over and over again. Well, the reason that we have a dead bedroom issue within a lot of relationships is the woman does not feel connected to her spouse. She needs that emotional, that real emotional connection, that closeness. Otherwise, she can't go over into the erotic sexual side of herself. It's just women aren't wired that way, a lot of women will say. Are we saying that they're liars or whatever? No, that's their perspective on that. But the grand question, though, is, do women in general need an emotional connection in order to feel sexual arousal with, I guess, the guy right in front of her? And the answer is no. Well, Ralph, all these women are saying otherwise. Are you saying they're liars? No again. Let's qualify this further, shall we? We have plenty of evidence that shows us, and anybody who's dated, done the old casual sex thing, dated around trying to get to know people, and sometimes that results in sexual intimacy with said people, will report back, any guy, single guy that's been on the prowl, so to speak, will report back that it's that phase of courtship, trying to get to know women, dating. That is when, for a lot of us, sexual intimacy comes the easiest. You meet a gal, you have a couple of drinks, you have some good laughs together. Next thing you know, you're making out. Next thing you know, you're in the parking lot, literally getting it on with a woman you just met. And if she were to pause mid-act and say, by the way, what's my name? Some of you might be hard pressed to go, in other words, you don't even know who this person is. All you know is at a very visceral, almost animalistic level, there was enough of a sexual connection, chemistry, you guys clicked at enough of a level to actually do the most vulnerable of vulnerable acts, sexual intercourse with this person. That happens every day, all over the world. Very little personal, intellectual, any kind of connection. Yes, very little emotional connection, deep emotional connection, no pun intended, but they were still able to get it on. So does that just throw out all these women who say women need emotional connection in order to do that? No, because I think if those women were honest, that's not the right term, if these women were more thorough in their answer or their little comment on said videos, they would follow that up to say, and this is the thing, this is the kicker, folks. We got two different games going on here, if you will, with two different set of rules. There's the game of, doing the mating dance, if you will, for men and women alike. Short-term sexual fun. I'm at the club, I'm at the bar, I'm at the social event, I make eyes with somebody, I walk over, hey, how are you? We really click, and later that day, that night, or even within that same hour, we're getting it on. That has a different set of rules than over here, which is long-term monogamy. We've been together for years. We cohabitate. We have kids. We have stress. People in our lives have died. People have lost jobs. There's past resentments between the two of us. Two different worlds, man. This over here, the short-term sexy fun, is extremely intoxicating to your average dude. And it's a bit misleading, for lack of a better term, because it teaches us, or it trains us men to act a certain way in order to get the ultimate prize for us, which is sexual gratification, sexual connection with a woman. We know that it doesn't take much for some of us lucky guys out there who have done that, in the form of all we got to do is date, maybe buy a meal, maybe buy drinks, just show up and be ourselves and find a woman, really click, and boom, away we go. What a lot of us don't appreciate, and what these women in these comments are telling us is, dude, now that you got us, we were over here with you before. Now we're over here. Picture like a fence. We've already jumped the fence, and now we're into long-term monogamy and commitment. I've said this before, and I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. Now that safety, security, familiarity, it's hard to say. Now that long-term monogamy commitment has set in, the rules change. It ain't so easy anymore. And yes, dude, the game changed. You no longer possess, as far as this is the woman talking, you no longer possess that little magic that you used to. And that magic, in large part, was your newness. Let's be honest, your novelty, your newness, your spontaneity. The cute guy that I just met, this is exciting, this is somewhat forbidden, oh, this is crazy, let's just do this. You can't replicate that with that person anymore within over here with the long-term monogamy, with the kids and the stress and the resentments and everything else. So what she's telling you, dude, is the game plan has changed. It ain't that easy anymore. You got to jump through a lot more hoops, check a lot more boxes in order to get the prize of the sexual connection. And one of those hoops is you got to connect with me up here emotionally, intellectually. You can't just walk in the door and go, it's been a long, tough day at work. You want to get it on. It doesn't work that way anymore. Yes, I know it used to work that way potentially years ago when we were first dating. I get it. Sorry, dude. The game plan has changed. Now we need to really connect, like a lot. You got to really warm me up. You got to really rev the engine. You got to prime the pump. Sorry, that's what it takes. Now, if that message gets out to a lot of folks, to a lot of guys, like, dudes, the game changes when you enter into a marriage and long-term monogamy. It ain't so simple anymore. It's a lot tougher, yes. And it involves some of that soft stuff as well as some of the, here's the thing. Don't lose sight of what you did over here. I keep using over here. Over here is the courtship phase, dating phase, when you're doing the mating dance, you can't lose sight of some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff that you did over here. You got to integrate it into over here, which includes some of the more softer stuff, some of the commitment and all that good stuff that goes with long-term marriage. Don't forget this, mix it in with this, and there's some new stuff you got to mix in there. You have to have a new mindset in place. And when that message gets out to a lot of men, what a lot of women are surprised is to get the feedback from men going, okay, hold on a second. Then why would I ever enter into a long-term monogamous relationship if getting the prize of sexual intimacy is that much more difficult? If it sounds almost downright impossible for some of us to achieve that. Why would I put myself behind the eight ball, so to speak? To which a lot of women understandably get a little angry. Like, dude, is that the only reason you got with me? Is that the only reason you got married to me was for that? It's like, no, that ain't the only reason, but it is a crucial component and a common analogy that is going around right now on the internet, which I love because it's pretty perfect, is I don't buy a new house for the bathroom. The house has the kitchen and the basement. Holy crap, have you seen the bedroom? And look at the living room. This is amazing, but where's the toilet? Where's the bathroom? To keep with that analogy, it's like the sex is the bathroom. Doesn't sound right, does it? But when we first date, there's this bathroom with this hot tub and the stand-up shower and the his and her sink, and it was just holy shit amazing. And now you're telling me, now that we got married, you took a sledgehammer to the bathroom and you're saying just go out in the backyard. It's like I don't want to go out in the backyard. What happened to the bathroom? Oh, you want a bathroom? You have to put in the work to reassemble everything I just demolished with the sledgehammer. You have to get some drywall together and do some plumbing and redo the tile. And you're like, oh man, that sounds like a lot of work. It's like, well, that's what it takes. Well, I don't think I want this anymore. You're going to throw away all this house because it doesn't have a bathroom and you have to work to restructure the bath. Yeah, that's what a lot of guys say. That may be exhibit A for those guys ain't wired for marriage. That may be exhibit A for they've been sold a bill of goods, that a lot of men expect that ease of sexual connection to continue on once married and connected and have kids and everything else. By the way, yes, a lot of men have been literally sold on that. Nothing's going to change between you and I. It will remain at this level of activity or some semblance of it with the same effort for decades. And that just ain't true. It takes work. It takes a little know-how. If you need a little riz, as the kids like to say, charisma. I learned not too long ago that that's short for charisma. Never made the connection. And a little bit of game and a little bit of no. Yeah, got to still do that in the long-term game. But you got to soften it a bit and add to it some of the other more father, long-term husband game mixed in there with it. That's the nature of the beast. So guys, I don't know if that connected with any of you. If that helps make more sense, let's simplify that even further. Short-term sex, fun, hooking up game, night and day different from long-term monogamy game. If long-term monogamy game sounds hard, maybe you shouldn't do it. That's all there is to it. Now, some women listening to that may say, yeah, tell them, Ralph, tell them stay out of marriage. Well, ladies, you just lost a whole bunch of dudes if you go down that road. Perhaps we should come to some kind of compromise here. It's a two-way street. It ain't all on the dudes, okay? You ladies need to put in the work as well. You can't just drop things and go, I'm a mom now. It's like, it don't work that way. You got to maintain some of this over here too. Some of that early relationship mating game behavior. You got to keep it up as well. Sorry, it's a two-way street. That's where that's where I lose a lot of ladies because they're like, don't you realize how stressed I am with the kids? I'm like, I know, life ain't fair. Such is life. What can I tell you? Any questions, any comments, anything at all? Guys, don't be shy. I'm here just for a little bit longer. Then I got to skedaddle and go pick up my youngest son. But I welcome any and all comments. Thank you so very much. I'm not sure who all is joining us here today. I can't see on my end. It's not showing me how many folks. I assume we have somebody out there. If not, I'll hang her up, folks. Anyone going once, twice? Hey, there's Jack saying howdy. Howdy, Jack. How you doing? A common frequent commenter on YouTube. Thank you so very much, Mr. Jack. I appreciate you. I don't know if you caught all that little whatever speech that I gave there. Hope it helped somewhat. Anybody is watching this. I will hang on here for a few more minutes to see if anybody has any questions for myself. Anything at all, please do not hesitate to ask. That's why I'm here. These little live streams that I do are not for, let's watch another Ralph monologue, because guess what? Plenty of those out there. I got thousands of them, literally thousands of little videos of me talking. In fact, some of you may come upon this by saying, I know bald head dude. How do I know bald head guy? Hey, it's me, it's Ralph. I'm pretty active on the social media. I push just as many videos as anybody out there. And it's starting to, YouTube, man, was a tough nut to crack there. But it's starting to, what's the term? Get a little bit more traction. That's what I'm looking for. Get a little bit more traction on YouTube. So thank you guys for watching on the Dad Starting Over, as well as the Help for Men channel. I really appreciate it a great deal. Thank you so very much. Jack says he's going to have to watch the replay. Oh, man, you missed it. Yep, I'll be posting that here not too long. I'll edit down that little speech, and it's just all about the short-term game versus the long-term game as far as getting the old SCX. It's all about SCX. Dudes, I'm telling you, I'm sick of talking about it. I really am. There's this life game, this being a dad game, being a husband game. It's a lot more than the old in and out in the bedroom, but that's all anybody wants to talk about. A bunch of perverts out there. I understand. Hey, sex sells, right? It is what it is. I ain't the first to notice this. People have been capitalizing on this for generations. Be nice if we talked about something else, but whatever else I'm talking about, just you can see the numbers. It goes from sex to no, people just like, don't care. I'm actually chatting with a gentleman for the Help for Men podcast. We are recording it this Friday, hopefully, if everything goes as planned. These are busy people that I'm talking to. He's one of the biggest names in entrepreneurship right now in the world. His name is Daniel Priestley. You may have seen him on the Diary of a CEO podcast. I believe he's been on there like 3 or 4 times now, getting tens of millions of views. Daniel Priestley, he's from the UK. That's where he's out of, but he's originally from Australia, hence his accent. But I've known Daniel for years now, online, whatever, messaging back and forth a little bit. And we did an interview for the Dad Starting Over podcast like 2 years ago now, I think. And one of my favorite chats I've ever done. I really got into that one. Not big numbers. I wish there was more. It's, we have a lot of guys that are talking about wanting to get back into starting their own business, especially after divorce. They want to recreate themselves. They need to have a more flexible time schedule because of kids and everything else. So they start exploring the idea of starting their own business. And I talked to Daniel all about that, how that's a big thing. Now, thanks to AI and other online things out there, it's becoming more and more easier for guys to get into what could be potentially a very lucrative online career. And we're going to talk about that. But check out Daniel Priestley on the Diary of a CEO podcast if you want to watch some of his stuff. He's an excellent speaker, really good guest to chat with. So he and I are going to talk for the second time for the Help for Men podcast this Friday, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And then we got Jack talking about recent content, very relevant to himself. Menopause is no joke, gents. No, it is not. Oh, we don't talk about that enough, do we, Jack? When us young guys that have the luck of getting into relationships early, I say luck, let's assume the relationship is good and healthy. We know plenty of guys that it's no luck getting into relationships because they got with the wrong person. So assuming you got with a good person in your 20s and 30s, these guys have no idea what's coming. Right around the corner, very soon, before you know it. Because as we get older, Jack, if I remember right, you're in your 50s. Like, I'll be 50 this year. Time goes by like that, man. I was 25 yesterday, and then next thing I know, I'm 30, and then 40 came like, wait, what? And then 50s, like, okay, seriously? Well, we don't think when we're back in our 20s and 30s, hell, even our 40s, is that there's this old thing called menopause just waiting right around the corner that changes potentially, not for everybody, changes everything as far as the personal relationship between you and your spouse. Sorry, guys. Not just the sexual thing, but the emotional thing, everything. Just it's really tough on those ladies. We don't have a really appreciation of it. We look at it from a very selfish point of view as men, but it's a game changer. Holy crap. And Jack can testify to that. He says he's 50, going to be 51 in August. Well, all right. Got just about a year or so on me. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hang it up. It was a pleasure chatting with you, and I say that sarcastically because not a lot of chatter out there. Thank you, Mr. Jack, for joining us and giving something here today. I do appreciate it. But this will be up on the replay for everybody, and then I will post an edited clip of my little speech, I guess you could say there, here soon. There is a little function on YouTube and Facebook. I have guys that are like, I want to support Dad Starting Over and Help for Men. Some guys are like, do you have like a charitable thing or something where you can donate through PayPal or something like that? Because we do help out a lot of guys all over the world. And I say, no, I prefer to give something in return, not just a donation. Thank you for your money. That's it. I want to say, here's something in return. So we have the membership group, which is $27 a month, $16 a month if you're a veteran anywhere in the world, military veteran. And that, like I say, all those live meetings that we talked about, all the technology involved in cataloging them and making them available for people to listen to, the forums, all the moderators we have, the live or the coaching we have. All my books are available. I didn't mention that earlier. No additional charge to guys. All the stuff that it's a big nut to cover on a monthly basis to run all of that. So we do have costs involved. Plus, I got to pay everybody on the team and all that good stuff. So I would love to give all this away for free, but I can't. So $27 a month for the Brotherhood, but some guys are like, I have no interest in joining that. Well, we also have, let me bring it up here. We also have the ability to join what we call membership or subscriptions on YouTube and, hold on a second, and Facebook. Let me copy the Facebook link here first. This is, you can subscribe, as they call it, on Facebook, and you can pay $4.99 a month. Think of it as putting money in the tip jar, saying thank you, DSO, for what you do. And in turn, you'll get early access to some videos on Facebook, some offers, discounts, maybe some free. I give you a free book as well in ebook format, not a paper book. And then you'll get discounts and available when things become available. You get early access to it. They had access to BroFest early at the cheapest possible price. And then as the membership grows, we'll do live streams just for Facebook subscribers, as they call it. And then on YouTube, they have a thing called membership. Again, $4.99 a month. Right now on YouTube, I have a whole big catalog of videos that are available for free, obviously, early for our members. Then they get posted weeks later for the rest of everybody else. So if you want access to all available DSO videos, check it out there. I'm putting the link there. There it goes. And if you want access to all the available videos on YouTube and not have to wait weeks or months in advance, there you go. In addition to, we will, as membership grows, do the live streams just for those members as well. So just a couple of different ways. $4.99, Facebook or on YouTube. Good way to contribute. Help support Dad Starting Over and the Help for Men organization and our brotherhood. And we'll keep doing what we're doing. And then Jack is talking about his wife with the menopause, and then libido's dropped off, and talking about maybe hormonal replacement therapy. Patreon, I haven't done anything with Patreon. Maybe it's another thing to look into. Get my little pause on all different things. So could look into that as well. It's tough just to maintain all these things all at once. For a lot of this, I'm a one-man show. I do have some help with a lot of video stuff and other things like that. But yeah, I'll look into that. Maybe Patreon is a thing. All right, guys. Thank you all so very much. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, even you. Thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for supporting Dad Starting Over, Help for Men. Helpformen.com. That's our main website. Check it out. And again, the Brotherhood. If you want a private community, work with other guys, work on your issues. Guys, I often say in our live meetings that we have for the Brotherhood, I try to encourage guys to get on the microphone and talk about their issues or get on camera in the Zoom meetings if they wish. A lot of guys are kind of uncomfortable about that, but I always say, guys, I don't care what your issue is. We have heard it before. Yes, even that thing. And yes, even that thing. Whatever you're thinking about, we have heard it before. We've heard it all. We've been at this for years and hundreds of guys from all over the world. We got Brad from Destin. Hey, Brad, up in there. And Seaside. Seaside's one of my favorite places near Destin there. welcome. But you're a little late, Brad. I'm closing up shop here, buddy. Sorry, you missed it. But check it out, helpformen.com, in the Brotherhood community for men only. Guys, thank you all so very much. I'll try to get on here and do this again here soon, but catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.